Alrighty. I want to check up here to see if this is a tunnel, because I just realized we didn't really check above here to the north. Which, like, honestly, probably my bad. Ah. I love the one-handed moveset for these things. I think it's so cool. I really want a second pair so that I can power stance them and have the two-handed moveset on my left hand and have the one-handed moveset on my right, or just like swap off. Ooh, a Statue of America. Look at that. And it is a tunnel. Fuck, guys, I'm so dumb. I'm gonna go look over here real quick. I think I did look over here, actually, and just never thought to come here. Vision says, summer. The one thing I don't miss about living in California. Yeah, man. It's rough. I think I might have enough Shadow Tree fragments to level. My shadow clone technique. Ooh. I was worried that was Frenzy, but it isn't. Okay, dude. Rude. Shadow Sunflower. There we go. Okay. Okay, interesting. New location. Perfumers! No, stay away. The perfumers are a cool sect. I actually do really like them. Oh, the cinematography is so dope. A perfumer cosplay build could be really fun. Perfumer gloves. I'm wearing those. Heal from afar. Fires a projectile toward distant allies that greatly restores HP on contact. Even when far beyond, far out of sight, the Erdtree will surely give us its blessing. That is awesome. That is great for the seamless co-op mod. Definitely going to get caught a rush here as soon as possible. Why was the mimic tier allowed in there? Was there like a piece of that little cave that I missed or something? Sorry, I'm just trying to be thorough. Nope, didn't miss anything, just a tiny cave. Is there like an invader back there then? Let's go back out to this little spot because I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I have never killed any of these things, so I don't know. I don't know what they do. Oh, they dropped Ghost Glove Ward, though. That's nice. That's convenient. What's... Oh, oops, I forgot to take my raisins off. I'll keep raisins on the right. Raptor is so good. It's changing the way I play this game entirely. It is just genuinely an extremely useful skill. They blend in. Damn, they got me. They got me! Oh man, there was no there was no sight of grace. I forgot. So far away. All right. Where am I headed? Okay, it is over here. Oh. Maybe that's why you can summon people here. Oh, I keep forgetting to also use my shadow fragment. God, this game rules. So what are their perfumers like doing in here with that golden tree? Are they trying to plant a freaking Erdtree? Is that like their goal there? Because they are Erdtree adherents. They like try to ease the suffering of the omen, but like they're like basically like folk healers that also are kind of just shitbirds. Like they're super. They eventually get conscripted into being part of the war effort. Ooh, what is this? That is a dead furnace golem, possibly, or an empty furnace golem at least. Can't get down there. Oh, there's a lot of them. Is that where they're manufactured, or is this where they're killed? Or are they what was like originally? Is that where they were originally made? One of the YouTubers I watch, Quaylog, she was positing that the furnace golems are like a mockery of a religious icon, like. And rather than being like actual war machines for Mesmer's war, they're like Mesmer co-opting like a religious icon for the sake of his conquest, which is like interesting, right? Like when you think about the Wicker Men, like that's like a pagan symbol. From Software bringing back spells away, fighting against remake DLC characters. Yeah. That is funny. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Quaylog. So one of the things that she was positing was like, it would be really interesting if the Furnace Golems, like that Mesmer wasn't the one that created them. Like they have a ancestral or like pagan source. And then Mesmer co-opted it as like a mockery for his war machine. Mesmer's campaign is like really heavily associated with Rau base. Interesting. With like Roman iconography, and that was like a big thing the Romans did, which was like steal the iconography of groups that they were fighting against and then like use that against them. So I could see that being a thing. There we go. Oh, I can upgrade my blessing. Thank God. Shadow blessing 10. Okay, so there's an area up here. I want to go this way. I want to go southwest to get the map fragment as quickly as possible. Is that an archer right there, or is that a golem? That's an archer. What? What is a golem archer doing here? Were they fighting against the horn scent? Or were they conscripted in this war? Chat disappeared again. There we go, it's back. I don't know why Twitch does that sometimes. It freaks out a little bit. Bye. Okay. Let's see. What is down here? A skull. I don't want to hyper focus on wherever the map fragment is because I don't want to forget what's like behind us. Oh, my range was bad. Remove this. Okay. It's right over there. This is sad. These big graves. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because like the lore here is like that graves that stand for so long become ghosts themselves. Like the grave itself is dissipating as its memory is fading. I don't know. That's like really interesting to me. Map Rau Ruins. Okay. Oh. Cool. There's like a whole area up here too. And then we have this whole area down here left to get. Man, this DLC map is huge. This rules. These giant ruins are flooded, overgrown, and split into two by a chasm. To the southwest is the Church of the Bud, overlooking the Tower of Shadow. Is that this? The Church of the Bud? Must be, right? Oh, and I can go down through there now. Actually, let's turn back really quick and go to the opposite side and just make sure that we can close all that out. I need to remember to pick up materials and stuff as I'm coming through here so that I can build more pots. I don't know what rata fruit are used for. Different raisins, maybe? Good boy raisins. Oh, someone subscribed, but I can't see who it is because Twitch is broken and isn't sending alerts properly. Thank you, whoever it was that just followed or subscribed. I deeply appreciate that. If you're doing it to get access to sub-only mode, it's currently limited because spoilers. We don't want people coming in here and spoiling things, so. Can I climb that? Okay. Rau Burrow. Material used for crafting items. Relic found at the ancient ruins of Rau. In the center of the stone is a small nest-like hole. Once this is inhabited by a sprite, the stone can be used as a ritual implement. Okay. Look at that. Did this get me anything? No, it didn't. There's a mesmer down there, though. That's good to know. There's an item on that. Let's grab that real quick. Beep. Just another Rau Burrow. All right, let's fight these drafted prisoners. Ooh. Or I guess conscripted is the word that you use. Why is this dog so yoked? More red flesh mushrooms, which we need for pots. Okay. That's the site of grace right there. So there's the Mesmer camp is like right here, right? There it is, over here. Okay. Grab some more mushrooms. Every one of these is 1,500 souls. That's the best way to think of it. Ouch. Okay. Just a little war camp. They're not fighting the blood fiends though. Interesting. Who is the blood fiend fighting? It is a Mesmer soldier. Okay. Sucks to get caught in that attack. Okay. Big ones are the problem. Damn it. They can do my whole health bar. Oh, they use a Blood Flame Scratch now, too. That's interesting. I don't know if they had that before. Interesting. Where is my... It's up here. Okay. Let's go. Okay. All right, what is up here? Ooh, an item. Charged heavy attacks really mess these guys up. Damn, it has a roll catch. Okay. We can get in there. We can do it. I do wish I had some AoE, because I just don't. If I could use like waves of gold or something, like I feel like half these enemies would be a little bit easier to deal with. All right. Whoa. Okay, he is bigger than the others. I didn't even notice that. All right, he has to go. Jeez. All right. Oh, 5 Sacred Bloody Flesh. Wow, he was plump. Positively stuffed with sacred flesh. All right, we did it. Hand-to-hand is fun. It's quirky. I like how reliant it is on charged attacks. For stance break. It's neat. Just more Sacred Bloody Flesh. Okay. These guys are just being weird cave trolls. Like... They're not good. Like, I'm not defending the spooky cave trolls, but, like, they are kind of just minding their own business. Oh, fuck. Bloodfiend Sacred Spear. Sick. That's got to be an arcane scaling heavy spear, right? That... No, there's no way it's a heavy spear. If it's a heavy spear, then that conflicts with Moog. Why would they introduce a second arcane scaling heavy spear for blood? What would the benefit of that be? If they did... Oh my god, they did. Standard Pierce. It has different damage types. Oh, Moog's does fire damage as well. So it's non-split scaling. Interesting. Great Spear of the Bloodfiend Hexers, one of the most significant implements used in their blood rituals. Sacred Spears of Blood are the instruments of communion with an outer god. The Mother of Truth desires a wound. Okay, I get it now. It does kind of mean that Moog's weapon is now completely niche due to its weapon art, which, to be fair, that kind of goes along with the way that they balance Great Spears. Great Spears are basically all unique weapons. There's only one infusible Great Spear, and that's the Lance. And the rest of them are unique weapons that you just scale with Somber, I believe. Hi, Blue. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. So yeah, I think... I have thoughts. Interesting. That's an interesting item. I didn't even check if it actually had arcane scaling. Yeah, it's arc. Strength Dex arc. Interesting. Misbegotten. Is this a... Oh, it's another forge. How fun. We'll find another smith item here. This is fun. What am I hearing? There's an incantation beetle. Or a smithing beetle. Ah! I know Kung Fu. The Smith script weapons are so weird. I truly don't... I'm at this point, I still don't understand what their, like, purpose in the meta is. I really don't want to kill this thing with St. Trina's arrows. This is gonna be so annoying. There we go. All right. Sure. Let's go into this forge. Taylew's ruined forge. Who's Taylew? I am just slathered in blood. Look at this. Are we gonna get the Smith script weapon right here? No, just shadow runes. Okay, so this is another one where the forge is gonna be up above us probably. It's probably up there somewhere. Hit them where they're weakest. It's so interesting that they put this in every single one. So many smithing stones. Aha. Interesting. Some kind of like sluice. Probably like maybe for the actual smithing process, you probably pour something in there. To explore up here first. Be careful. Whoa! Ouch. Smith script axe. Okay. I wonder if there's a Smith script sword. Fuck. Damn it. Oops. I like to kill these guys because they drop high level smithing stuff. Saves us a ton of souls. I am interested in what a Smith script build would be because they seem to be pushed towards mundane and like unique scaling, right? Because they're quad scaling weapons. They're probably not greasable, so you probably do want to infuse them, but it is interesting. I don't know. Where's the Smith script daggers? Like they're interesting, weird offhand weapons. I wish they were better, but like the way that it seems like you're meant to really be using them is like you either build for the entire like Smith script set and you swap situationally between them and like make it like a mundane build, like very Dark Souls 2 style. Ouch. Bye. Okay. Yeah, see, somber sevens. That's not bad. Is there anything else in here for me? No. But yeah, the Smith script dagger is weird because it like, not even just the Smith script dagger, but like just this weapon, the whole weapon class being like weapons that you can throw and stuff and that come back to you. It's like a weird utility thing. So like all of the weapon types there are going to be weird utility weapons. Like that's such a niche thing to want to do, but you have to build around it because there's that talisman that increases like smithing damage or like thrown weapon damage. So like, I don't know. That's interesting. What? He has Cragblade fists? That's interesting. What is that? That's probably an ancient dragon smithing stone over there. Because it has the orange glow. This place is going to give me quite a bit to deal with, I think. The problem with this game is that I want to run builds of it forever, but every playthrough takes 200 hours, especially with this DLC. And like, I ain't got time for that. Like, I just don't have time for that. I need to play other games. As much as I would love to live in Elden Ring forever, like, I don't know. I believe my viewers don't just want to watch Elden Ring. I'm posting enough Elden Ring as is. Oh, we got a second weapon, Smith script Great Hammer. So, execute strong attack, jumping to throw the axe, blah, blah, weapon, throw smithing arts. Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new there, nothing valuable. I feel like we got most of the smithing arts lore, like, off the very first smithing item we found, the knife. That was a blind jump. Yeah, molten slag. Look at that. Okay, bye. Just run away from those guys. Oh, you're stuck. Those guys respawn, so like killing them, I don't think I'm foregoing anything by not killing them. Okay, can I walk up the pole? Can we walk up the pole? Bummer. Could have been cool. Could have been cool, but isn't. Missed opportunity. Version said, I could see building for Smith's Crypt and using purely the range attacks. Infinite ammo, but mid-range. Trade-off, low damage might be the intention. I think that's probably right. I think I have thoughts. I think that the DLC weapons so far have been an interesting balance of things that are actually functional and things that aren't. And I don't really mean that in like a bad way. I just mean like some of this stuff is like very clearly pure gimmick. Like Santir's spear in Dark Souls 2 was a gimmick weapon. Like that, it was a weird experiment that existed to like basically single-handedly create the mundane build and like justify its existence, right? And get around, you know, toy with durability and stuff. It basically is a weapon that flies in the face of every other thing the rest of the game wants you to be doing at any given point in time, which is interesting. That's like a unique thing. Smith's Crypt shield. Can I, is that a Captain America shield? Can I throw that shield? Because that's cool. If so, we're gonna look at that in a minute. But fuck. So that's interesting. Like, right? This idea of a like off meta build that they create to just kind of stress test the systems and see how it works. And that's cool. And that's how I feel like this DLC's weapons have been so far, is like they're all weird like that. With the I mean, they're not all weird like that. It's actually a relatively balanced distribution, but it's kind of like there are very obvious weapons that slot into builds in a very obvious way, like the backhand blades. The backhand blades just are dex weapons / dex arc weapons. Like those are not difficult to understand, right? There's only a few of them in the game. I think we have all of them. So like when you examine them in a vacuum, you have this clear dichotomy of like, okay, great katanas. They're strength-based katanas, so they're a strength bleed weapon that has very high poise and stagger, so that you can you can get all the benefits of a katana without needing to commit to dex. And like that's interesting, right? Because like all of the other katanas are dex int weapons, basically. This DLC even adds another dex int katana, which is like, why? Why would you do that? It's not dex int, strength int katana, which is just, that's like a crazy thing to do, because strength int weapons are like a dime a dozen in this game, and the best int weapons are already strength int. So it's like, why would you add yet another strength int weapon? But dai katanas exist to give you the ability to basically play with the katana moveset without needing to invest in dex. You know, it's I guess it's kind of quality, but You can go heavy, you could go keen, it's fine either way. So that's like a cool, interesting, like great sword for Dex users niche to fill. Perfume bottles are interesting because they fill a very specific niche, which is non-split elemental damage, which is like, that's like a gap in the game. There isn't a lot of that. So the fact that that exists is basically there to give the player a means to access elemental damage that isn't just fire pots. Which is cool. That's pretty dope. I never even noticed this little section. Wow. That feels like a build gap, basically. Smith script is, again, that like kind of weird pseudo mundane gimmick utility build. That's easy to understand too. There's nothing crazy about that. But hold on. What am I looking at? That's the start. This is the area across from the start. Okay. And we can't go over that way yet. What was I gonna say? Backhand blades, daikatanas. Light greatswords. Light greatswords are quirky. I don't know what niche they fill. They fill the niche of like people who need more anime weaponry to enjoy the game. Taylew the Golem Smith, Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Does this just return it? No, it lowers it again. What? Oh, I see. I get it now. This makes me wonder. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I have no idea what niche light greatswords fall into, because one of them, Rishan pointed out yesterday really intelligently that the light greatsword gives access to another int faith weapon, basically, with the way that it scales, which is intriguing. I find that interesting. My hot take is like, who asked for that? Just because, like, who needs it? You know what I mean? Because Sword of Night and Flame is really good, but at the same time, like, it is cool. It is cool that it exists, and having more build diversity is not a problem, basically, ever. That's all awesome. We're happy about that. Hi, Chewy. Welcome to chat. I think part of where my confusion comes from is like, I just don't know what actual niche a light greatsword uses. Now, we haven't seen all of them, so there's an int faith one for sure. And I think Leda was using one, but I couldn't tell if Leda, because when we summoned her for that fight, she had a weapon, and I don't know what scaling type that weapon had. Like, I couldn't guess. I was thinking maybe it's Faith Dex, which would be interesting because there aren't a lot of Faith Dex weapons, but the Faith Dex weapons that exist in the game are extremely powerful. So, could be neat. That could definitely be an option. If that is the secondary light greatsword, or the other light greatsword, if there's more, those could have a niche to fill, I think, for sure. Urgent says, I really wanted an int faith option other than Sword of Night and Flame. Feels bad for Omnicaster to pretty much be shoehorned into that single weapon. Yeah. I mean, I get you. The reason why more or less when I say like who was asking for it, I don't think it's a bad thing that weapon exists. Like that's not my point. My point there is like for a gimmick build. Let me rephrase. The game doesn't super love to support very varied gimmick builds, right? Usually gimmick builds are going to be centered around like one or two really specific items that you build for, right? So a build with as much utility as an Omni caster doesn't typically in FromSoft design is either going to use a basic weapon like a broadsword that's been spec'd, or they're going to build for a special somber weapon like the Sword of Night and Flame. And that kind of covers their base. Like that's how a gimmick build like that is going to function. So it's interesting to me that they introduced yet another in faith gimmick build your entire character around this concept weapon, because typically they don't do that. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just surprising to me. That's all. Which is cool. Like that's neat. It's the same reason why I was surprised that there was there was this Bloodfiend weapon just now that like seemingly kind of covers the same niche as Moog's weapon does. Even if only because I'm hearing an incantation beetle and I don't know where it is. Sorry. It's up here. Yep. Ash of War, Scatter Shot, Throw. Oh, I also need to read my ashes on Taylew. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell. The spirit of the stalwart stone golem who launches his own fists as projectiles. Taylew was said to be the runt of the litter and the first to stop moving, but it was he who became the guardian deity of smithery. That's cool. Oh, the incantation beetles are hanging around the smithing areas. That's the consistency with them. They've been around the smith, the forges. That's cool. That's a cool pattern to notice. Oh. Okay. Okie doke. So yeah, I don't know. I just found that I find that like little aspect interesting. Like just like it's a little tiny bit intriguing the way that is set up, the light greatsword. But the thing is that it's unclear what niche those weapons fill, other than just adding adding a new weapon class. You know what I mean? Hey Sam, I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for showing up. We're having a good time. But yeah, I don't know where the real niche is with light greatswords. They're just really goofy. That's how I feel about them. Maybe if Leda's is like a Faith Dex light greatsword, like it could be neat, but that weapon right there, like that attack is the one that the thing is that this is like such a like goofy Sekiro weapon kind of. I don't know how to explain that. It's like very over the top anime weapon. Let's look at the Ashes of War I can put on this. Can I put Parry on this? That'd be sick. You can put Seppuku on it, which is cool. Assassin's Gambit, I really want to build around. I want to make like a Assassin's Gambit Misericord kind of style build. Royal Knight's Resolve could be neat. Impaling thrust is nice. Spinning splash, piercing fang I could see being kind of cool. I don't know. It's like an interesting. I don't know. Interesting weapon, but weird. I don't understand. I think that the thing with it that's kind of weird is that it's like not fast. This is not a fast weapon, and like I feel like most of the people that are going to gravitate towards a light greatsword are going to want a very fast weapon because it looks fast. Don't get me wrong. Like look at this. Like you have 2 quick attacks, but this is like extremely slow as a weapon. I like its 2-handed moveset considerably more than I like its 1-handed. It is a little bit Sekiro. Just a tiny bit. I wish there were cooler parrying shields. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to look at the Smith script shield. Can be a throwing weapon created through the smithing arts. Can be thrown by performing the armament skill. This is quirky. Yeah, these Smith script weapons are quirky as hell. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with that. Oh. That doesn't... It doesn't throw quite the way I was expecting it to. But I like the fashion of it. It's a cool... It's weird and quirky. Oh my god, the range on it is so bad. And it does no damage. I guess I don't have the... I don't have like the weapon art I need for the stats I need for it, but yeah, I don't know. Dry leaf arts are my favorite of the new weapons easily so far. They're very cool. And like, I guess we haven't really tested a lot. I really like the poisoned hand. I think the poisoned hand is a cool weapon as well. Beast claws, strong feelings about. I think these are unusably bad, but maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be proven wrong by this, by that idea. These are all very interesting. The perfumers are interesting because they seemingly scale with different stats. So no one perfumer would use them all, but they are a really high utility. They seem to pair with builds. They're really good offhand weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the Daikatana though. That is definitely one of the cooler weapons that they've added. I am generally pleased with the weapons they've added so far. I like them.